Vampire Hunter D. Beyond the Discernible Eye. Based on Hideyuki Kikuchi novels. The sun had not chosen to hide itself. The valley resounds with movement and counter-movement. Which came to a stop. Bumps on the body, jagged dentition, hopped in locomotion and can stand upright. A humanoid toad beast with a terrible tongue, rendered immobile, its tip caught in a left-hand grasp of the opponent. A figure in black. Toadman is shocked by the youth's quick reflexes. It had shot out the appendage at him like a chameleon's. In the right hand a sword. Death is not about touch this amphibian before the figure in black can spare the world side of this creature. His reflexes bordered on precognition, executes a superhuman leap, carrying him to safety, not a moment to spare. A laser burns the spot he evaded from. His eyes looks at the source only to see nothing, then back at the abomination, nowhere to be seen. In moments a hoarse voice like that of an old man, but he was neither old nor speaking. Nevertheless half-warns, half-jokes never grip that gross out with a hand ever. The swordsman next found himself in a cottage. He elects to stand. "You say arrived per my hiring you?" says a young innocent. In a soft tone, D. She asked his name once more as though confirming it. "Genuine article," he replied. "You really came?" She enraptured. "I'll answer requests for the right rate." Jen's the name she possessed of a slim curvaceous body. A young woman of the frontier. D himself 17 or 18, below the black wide-brimmed, turned-down traveler's hat is a 6'3" tall slender man with pale skin, a coat draped over the clothes beneath. He inquires of the light beam once relating his encounter. Jen is at a loss to know of it. At some other location on the frontier, a dust devil swirls. The two are walking, and the hunter has acceded to Jen's point tackling the nobility, term for vampire, would go easier were that unspeakable toad disposed of. D for his part feels it threatens her. Jen knows of its location. Later halt at a spot, the general vicinity. Some distance away the beast can be found. "This is where you turn back, miss," came the soft voice. "Wouldn't have hired you if I could put that thing's head on the chopping block for the world's sake." The man walks a lone journey, from the left side came the old voice joking, "Say good man would dice toad cook great as mountain chicken." Soon enough D's potent tracking skills lead to a square off. The toad offered spirited resistance. The hunter manages with drawn long sword, slash the shoulder downing him. The hunter walks over to the body. Rasping breathing is discerned, the monster reduced to winded game. The gaseous substance emits from its back via honeycomb-like structure. A mother Suriname toad is not far off the mark. D is on bended knee, cells in his body on verge of bursting. Like that tables turn. The giggle, a very feminine one with a dash of evil, fall toady hunter. Emerges Jen. Scarcely a being alive able to resist his smog. "You friend can wish you were one of them in the afterworld." He glances at her, his poker face perplexed. His head barely responds to his will to turn the head. Toad stands upright on two legs. "Toad threatens me, you said." Vindictively says he, dumb thinking that. "Ain't an ability miles around." I shot the laser. Proceeding to explain her goals, motivation was to lure the hunter with a job to slay him and rob as a bonus. Reasoning is the insane reputation walking the frontier with his head. Haluva twist on the sweet 17-year-old damsels he constantly comes across. B. An existence that cowers the nobility. "So young, so treacherous," D says in a strained voice. Was then power emanates, a peerless one. Better believe he stands up. From his left hand is the voice once more, residing as a parasite, lefty. This beauty managed to fool the great D. One swing of the long sword and blood gushes from a slash to Toadman's chest, who unsurprisingly collapses. D slowly walks her direction. Her confidence melts away. His eyes burn crimson red. The smog promptly dissipates. Toad says spare her, speaking for the first time, "Hold your blade." D keeps walking toward her astonished countenance. She takes 2 steps back. "I'm human." He manages to shout before blood finished filing the lungs. D doesn't respond. "Believe on my life it's the truth now," she pleads. D halts. Knowing full answers best come hard and fast, Toad relates his story. She didn't make him a toad, instead sickening technology by another insidious person. She came upon him and took advantage, promising freedom in exchange servitude. Doesn't want to save her, but must to regain human form, impossible if she perishes. Jen admits she keeps the cure on her. Gulping summons the courage to walk past the hunter to kneel over the toad. D keeps looking ahead, not at the following, opening a locket, extracts a wafer and places upon the toad's skin. "Hunter D," says the toad, "what you bear witness to is a man's stolen humanity and its return by the hands of genetic manipulation." In minutes the shape, skin, eyes all else revert to what he said, a human man. That done, clearly D said all he wanted already, sheathing his blade walks away. Author's note: second Japanese-based material after Tokyo Ghoul, but D was years in the pipeline because I prepared a note. Owned several books and before I finally got round to write this short tale 7 more were ordered. Mountain chicken is real. 12 December 2018.